The Premier League is back! Yes, the Premier League is back, and game week 1 will climax at Old Trafford, where Manchester United will host Arsenal. Of course, we look forward to the game as well as the season ahead. My name is Ayomide Daniels, and you're welcome to the Nutmeg here on Garden TV. Yes, the Premier League is back, like we said, and of course, I've got Hogan and Kay. The guys are here, and we're looking forward to 38 matches in the Premier League, starting from Manchester United hosting Arsenal. But before we go into that, Kay, Hogan, welcome, and let's talk about what to expect from the top 6. I'll start with you, Kay. Obviously, Liverpool were champions last season. Okay. What are you expecting from Liverpool? I'll take Manchester United as well as Chelsea.
Wow, I'm buzzing actually. The Premier League is back, and yes, the excitement. Now we have a new one. Everybody, they've made quite of shopping in the summer. Liverpool, getting the attacking, front with his kite and all that. But then for Liverpool, we just saw what they did against Crystal Palace in the Community Shield. That is actually...
Does that give you concern?
A big one for real, because I'm looking at the defense now, and how do they integrate? Yes, the attack is there, the midfield is fine, but then I look at the defense. It's not, if anyone gets or picks up an injury, maybe between Konate or Van Dijk, they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Okay, how far behind are Chelsea in the proceedings for the
Chelsea? Not too far, what they did also in the FIFA Club World Cup, and yes, subsequently, of course, we've seen that Chelsea looks like they mean business. They always do that. They always look like they mean business. But my concern is Chelsea rather. They always buy player, but how do they integrate fully into sustaining that as a formidable challenge is my concern. We saw that last season. Sometimes before they swept off. I'm still very much worried if they can maintain the same.
Manchester United is a bigger concern for many. How far are they from at least the top 6? Where they finished last season was quite bad.
Don't let us talk about that. Let's bygone. All things are passed away.
We'll have to test and see if all things are truly passed away. But where do you think they'll finish? How close are they to the top half, to the top 6 with the signings that they've made?
Every season it's a new opportunity to start all over again, and we can't take it away from any top 6. But what's it called? Rivalries aside and all that. But yes, with the signings you guys also made, I think Amorim is looking to...
You guys, so you mean Hogan?
All right, I get that. So Amorim is looking to get people that can sustain him in strategic signings, and let's see if the guys can kickstart and hit things running.
So you're talking about Brian Mbeumo,
yes, and of course Benjamin Sesko. Yeah, good one now, I must say, and.
How well does that improve their
team?
Because they've spent north of £200 million to get all 3 players.
If we look at the players they brought in, Kwa and all that, yes, I think it's going to improve the attack. Not taking away from those guys. They are good players on a good day. But then as a team is what we are looking at. Can they integrate fully, and can Amorim manage this team that they can also change the level they were? 15 is not good enough for Man United. This is a new season, like I said, a fresh plate. So let's see what they have in store.
Right, let's come to Hogan now. Hogan, you're going to be talking about Arsenal. You'll talk about Tottenham Hotspur. Obviously, they won the Europa League. Can't say the same for Arsenal. They didn't win anything again.
Good.
And then we'll talk about Manchester City, who faltered, couldn't win anything as well. One thing is common. Arsenal and Man City are most probably going to be in the title race. How do you see that coming through? These two teams, in the last 5 years, except for the last one, defined the excitement for fans across the world. How far off do you think Man City are with the signings they've made now? Can they, get into, that kind of team that Pep Guardiola wants them to be, especially with Rodri now not starting the season, he's injured already. And let's just start with City.
Okay, so I think that we all know that Guardiola is a formidable coach, and 2 disasters also happened to him. Over and over again. I know that last season was not what we expected. We were all surprised by Manchester City winning a trophy, and they
got to the final of the FA Cup and
they lost it. It was a surprising one, very shocking one. Though they lost the previous one also, FA Cup finals to Manchester United.
So back-to-back losses.
Back-to-back loss, as it were. But the signings this season, you have gone to the market, you have made some shoppings, going to AC Milan and picking one of their best.
Yeah, very good.
Going to
Lyon, you get Ryan Cherky or Aït-Nouri from Wolves.
You understand? And as it were, it was not like the team was not really good last season, but some things were just missing. Haaland had injuries, and now we could say that Haaland is back, as it were, looking at their pre-seasons and seeing the way they actually played. But it is always Premier League. You don't know what other teams are also structuring for
what
you.
They are cooking.
Everybody is trying to see how a fit take commodities thing.
Talk about this now. You mentioned. Let's talk about Arsenal. The excuse for them the last 3 seasons, they didn't have a striker. They've got Victor Gyökeres now. Do you think that they are the finished article now and they can fire on to win the title?
Well, I would say that Arsenal, it was vivid to every one of us that Arsenal needed a striker last season or last 2 seasons or 3 seasons ago. However, there are still some other places that, why they needed a striker, they lost the likes of Thomas Partey, they brought in Zubimendi, they brought in Nordgaard that can fit into the team, but we know that these players have different style of plays, and something will still be missing. If Saliba goes on injury, does he have a replacement?
Do you have confidence in the attack now?
Yes, I will say a little bit, because I do not.
They brought in Madueke.
Madueke, I don't think Madueke is set for the Arsenal team right now, because we know what he was doing in Chelsea. Bringing someone like that into the game. I remember in Chelsea for a particular part of the season, he was being benched by the coach, for Necto. So you bringing someone like that, I don't think he's ready to start for Arsenal. I don't think that's the same thing Saka was doing at the right wing. He'll be able to do it at the left wing. That's if he's used there. But for me, if I am Arteta, I'll still pick Trossard ahead of him in that position, because I know he can do something better than Madueke. However, he's a very good addition to the team, and the best addition, as it were, is the striker. Gyökeres is a striker that can give a team 15 goals plus in
the league. Yes. So you think he should get at least 15 goals?
Yes, I think he should get at least 15 goals in the league, because coming from where, looking at how many goals he has scored in time past. We know that Gyökeres is one of those players that have actually played in the Premier League before, though not in the Premier League as it's where the standard Premier League. He played for Brighton, and yes, but he didn't really spark up in Brighton, but he did well in Coventry before he left. But I believe that any player that can play successfully play in the Championship should be able to do something in the Premier League. And now he has gone out to do more. He has done well in Champions League, he did well in the league competitions, and I believe that he should be able to give us nothing less than 15 goals in the Premier League.
We'll still talk about Gyökeres, but let's talk about Arsenal's arch rivals, Tottenham Hotspur, off the back of Europa League winning season, although they finished 17th or 16th, I think it was 17th, yes, finished 17th. There's a new management, they made a couple of signings. Thomas Frank is the new coach. What are you expecting from them now?
Okay, so we know Tottenham, they had we could say that they had something to cover up their shame last season.
I love that.
Well, no, some people couldn't cover up theirs.
Yes,
like Man United.
Yeah, like Man United, and also like Arsenal, though they finished second.
No, that was
shameful to finish second, but it's still a shame when you repeat second. It's a shame.
No,
All right, so for Tottenham, actually, it's a new coach. We know, everybody knows that Thomas Frank is actually a very good coach. Looking at what he did with Brighton, and now he's like Brentford. Sorry. But now you see that it's a step forward, or let's say step higher, coaching a team like Tottenham, who plays the Champions League and who must have been playing European competitions, and at the same time, the kind of calibers of players they actually purchase in the market is quite different from that of Brentford. So looking at their transfer, I still feel that there's still a lot to do, and I know Thomas Frank too knows that there's a lot to do when it comes to the transfer. Getting some more players. Madison now is going on another injury,
probably out of the season,
strike again. Yeah. So, and this is one of the creative players they have in Tottenham Hotspur. So I believe that if they can sign the players they need.
They made some signings already. Mohamed Kudus.
Yeah, Mohamed Kudus, yes, is a fantastic player, but who creates the game for him? Losing Maddison right now
it's a big blow.
Is a disaster for the team.
They are going for Savino, Manchester City.
Yeah, of course. Recent reports suggest
if they are able to get Savino, yes, let's see how it goes.
Guys, let's do this. Man United are going to welcome
Arsenal
to Old Trafford this weekend, and I want us to do something special. Make a case for your striker. You've got Benjamin Šeško. Okay. He's got Victor Gyökeres. All right. So make a case for either of the strikers carrying the team to victory on the day. I'll start with you. Okay.
Okay, Victor. The word was coming from victory. So obviously I'm expecting an Arsenal win, not because of Gyökeres, because in the past couple of seasons, Arsenal have been able to successfully, know how to maneuver over Manchester United. It has not always been an easy game though, but of course, it looks like, okay, you guys are becoming like my
them
kid,
guys, what
my
are you saying, you guys?
We'll speak out to that later. Them guys, you're starting, like my boy, but all the same, on a serious note now, it's going to be a very, very good game. First game of the season, man. I don't know who set us up. This is a big setup for both of us, But then, Benjamin Šeško, I don't think Amorim would want to start him. I don't think so because
are you in Amorim's mind?
I'm not, but I'm looking at. We'll see. He just got back.
But he's already given expectations.
He just got back. He hasn't trained with you guys.
Hogan has given expectations for Victor Gyökeres. He says at least 15 goals.
My expectation.
What's the expectation for Benjamin Šeško?
Yeah, he's a good striker, But then,
in terms of his return at the end of the season,
the goal return. You were in Germany. You couldn't
be fair.
Wait, I'm being fair. I'm trying to reason things now. He was in Germany. He couldn't score 15. This is the Premier League. The weight is there. Manchester United are, a team in trouble that needs a savior. So there's a lot of things to shoulder for him. If he can score 10 league goals, I would say he did well. Yeah.
Let me come to that. So now make a case for Benjamin Šeško as the kind of striker that Manchester United need. Do you think is the profile of the striker that they needed to step things up?
All right, so I'll say not as a Manchester United fan now, but say I don't want to be biased as it were. But
as a pundit,
yes, I will say that. I will actually say that Benjamin Šeško, the same way I gave Gyökeres 15 goals for the league goals, I will also give Benjamin Šeško 15 goals, and this is the reason. The reason is because he's not playing any other competition aside local competition. Premier League, you have 1 week to prepare for the Premier League game that happens on the weekend. Most of the top teams you'll be playing against will be playing European competition in midweek. At least they're not starting from now, but by the time
those games
come to shove, they will start to play midweek games, and you have enough time to play with your peers. At the same time, we have brought in Cunha, brought in Mbemo. There is a Bruno Fernandes that had the highest work create last season. And Ahmad. But when it comes to chances created, Bruno Fernandes was stopped in all the midfield. So yes, so looking at him, the provisions he was able to make last season and nobody was able to utilize it, we are thinking that with the kind of striker of Benjamin Šeško who does crazy things, yes, he does not have a lot of goals in his catalogue, but I think he's got a good variety of goals.
No, his goals are quite alarming, like screamers.
But translate this to how could lead Man United to victory against Arsenal.
Okay, against Arsenal, like Kay said, I also feel like he had not played, he had no training yet, as it were, no training, full training, playing a match like pre-season. But yes, he must have trained with the team, and training with the team, I won't believe that Amorim will not want to start him. But
are you guys in his mind?
Who can say?
Because Rasmus Højlund, who is the main striker, is probably on his way out. In the last preseason games against Fiorentina, couldn't even get minutes. Mason Mount was preferred above him. So, and then the coach comes at the end of the match and says, we need a striker. And he's got one now. So why not trust him?
That's another point.
So as I was going to go there, that Amorim has said, if you look at the team, you know that there's a need for the presence of a striker. Yes. And now there's a striker who But he made mention of another thing, saying that yes, though he had a plan, he has a mindset of what kind of players he wants to use against Arsenal at the first game, but the player still has 1 week.
Yeah, to change his mind.
To change his mind.
So let's see.
Let's see if Sesko is ready to start up the game and to actually prove to us that he's actually the kind of striker.
All right.
Okay, so very quickly, guys, your score prediction. I have a last question for K, but your score prediction, please.
My score prediction.
I need to predict
2-1.
2-1.
Arsenal wins.
All right.
Manchester United wins.
Oh, I like that.
Manchester United, Old Trafford.
What's Old Trafford?
Before I take your prediction, K, is this season, how important is this season for Mikel Arteta? I think we need to talk about that.
Yeah, we need to.
And at the end of that, you could give your prediction.
Very, very, very good question. I love this. For me, as an Arsenal fan, yes, it is a make or break for him. Yeah, we've been trusting the process. I'm one of those trusting the process.
Keep trusting.
But then,
3 months.
But
in 3 months,
but
Olivier Glasner of Crystal Palace has equaled the kind of.
Yes, sometimes opportunities meet you up. Right?
Why is Arteta
it's
not
difficult.
so
I'm no
with
wait. To be sincere, we cannot we had this argument off camera before, and for real, Arteta has really tried. He has really transitioned Arsenal to a position that we now we now compete. We were at a level we were not competing, but now we are competitors.
There was Arsenal Football Club before Mikel Arteta.
I know, but I'm saying that the transition from Arsene Wenger to this guy in Aston Villa now, Emery, it really shakes us a little bit.
When it's been long, you tasted glory, and you see something like.
So wait, it's been long you tasted glory. How long have you tasted yours?
Yeah, I won the FA Cup. I won the Carabao.
We didn't win the FA Cup. Okay, let me just say how important it is.
Give me a score prediction.
It's a make or break for Arsenal. We need to win something.
We get that. So just give your score prediction and let's wrap it up.
You are my boy. So yeah, but okay, I would say it's always tight.
You have to even think
it's
about
very
it.
tight.
That
yes, it's always tight. No, when I say it's always tight, look at the 2 seasons. It's like a 2-2-3.
If you're your boy, you should just I
was expecting you to say something like 5-1.
Confidently, yeah.
No, you don't just score
like that.
But I'm expecting at least a brace from Gyökeres, so I will give Arsenal a 3-1 win.
A 3-1 win, it is.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see
what to do.
We'll see. Nobody can do chef's scores. Or maybe
you don't get.
I can't do it today.
He has to join.
Yeah, let's do it.
No, don't spoil this. Thank you very much, guys. Sunday is here already. The Premier League is back, and the excitement is, of course, high up. Give us your score prediction in the comment section, but also be a part of the Nutmeg community this new season. You can subscribe on YouTube channel, of course. Also follow us on social media. We are Guardian Nigeria. Okay, Hogan, it's been a pleasure.
Always a great time, and yes,
for me,
I'm looking forward to this.
For me, your host Ayomide Daniels. It's a season to look forward to. I look forward to the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.